Welcome back to AFT Die Season 8. It is round 11, Thursday, the 27th of March, 2025. We've got match of the round, Port Adelaide versus Adelaide at Adelaide Oval, the showdown in Game 2 for round 11. Let's go to the first game. It is GWS Giants versus Collingwood at the Giants Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. The first quarter's nearly done. He's completed. Collingwood, they've kicked 3 goals, 2-20 to 1-4-10 for the Giants. Collingwood are up by 10 points. Let's go to the second quarter. Collingwood, they're just outside the 8. GWS, they want to get on top. They're half a game off top. Second quarter completed. And the Giants have kicked 3 goals, 6 to Collingwood, 1-2 at half time. Giants are up by 6 points, 34. They want another win to cement their top 4 at the moment. Third quarter has been completed. We've got the Giants kicking 5 goals, 2 to Collingwood, 3-1. And at three-quarter time, we've got Collingwood down by 19 points, 47 to 66. All right, let's go to the last quarter. Giants versus Collingwood. This game. And the Giants have won this game by 18 points at home. Final scores, Giants 13-14, 92 to Collingwood, 11-8, 74. All right, so we've got the Giants on top at the moment with half a game clear. Essendon to come. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Collingwood, Port Adelaide versus Adelaide Crows at Adelaide Oval. The showdown match of the round. Okay, we've got Port Adelaide kicking 3 goals, 2 to Adelaide, 2-5. Adelaide down by 3 points, 17 to 20. Second quarter. Second quarter completed. We've got Port Adelaide, they kicked 2 goals, 1 to Adelaide, 1-3 at half time. We've got Port Adelaide up by 7 points, 33 to 26. Let's go to the third quarter. See who can break away in the third quarter. Third quarter nearly completed. Completed. Port Adelaide 5, kicked 5-3 to Adelaide 3-1. And we've got Port Adelaide, they're up by 21 points, 66 to 45. Let's go to the last quarter in this game. See if Adelaide can get on top. And in the end, Port Adelaide have kicked 6 goals, 3 to Adelaide, 4-3. And Port Adelaide won by 33 points. Port Adelaide, final score 16-9, 105 to Adelaide Crows, 10-12, 72. All right, next game, we've got Sydney versus Brisbane at the SCG. First quarter underway. So we've got Port Adelaide in second spot now. Adelaide Crows still in the 8. Okay, first quarter's done. Sydney, they've kicked 4 goals, 5 to 3 to Brisbane, 3-4. Brisbane down by 7 points, 22 to 29. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter nearly completed. It's completed. Sydney have kicked 4 goals, 2 to Brisbane, 1-6. And we've got Sydney up by 21 points at half time, 55 to 34. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter nearly completed. We've got Brisbane, they've kicked 4 goals, 6 to Sydney, 2 goals, 2. And at three-quarter time, Brisbane are just down by 5 points, 64 to 69. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. It's going to be a close one. Last quarter. In the end, Sydney were too strong. They kicked 5 goals, 3 to Brisbane, 1-2. Sydney win by 30 points. Sydney final score 15-12, 102 to Brisbane, 9, 18, 72. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Western Bulldogs versus Hawthorn at Marvel Stadium. First quarter nearly completed. First quarter done. Hawthorn, they've kicked 5 goals, 6 to Western Bulldogs, 4 goals, 4. And the Western Bulldogs are down by 8 points, 28 to 36. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter being completed. We've got the Doggies have kicked 4 goals, 6 to Hawthorn, 4-2. The Dogs have won it by four points in that second quarter. But Hawthorn are still up by 4 points, 62 to 58. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter completed. The Dogs have won it by a point. They've kicked 6 goals, 4 to Hawthorn, 6-3. And Hawthorn are up by 3 points at 101 to 98. Let's go to the last quarter. See who can get over the line. And in the end, the Doggies have won this game by 8 points. They've beaten the bottom side. Final score, Bulldogs 17-19, 121 to Hawthorn 16-17, 113. So the Dogs are in the 8. Let's go to the next game. It's Melbourne versus Fremantle. Melbourne down the bottom. Fremantle, they want to get into the 8. So Melbourne, they've kicked 1 goal, 1 to Fremantle, 2-3. Fremantle are up by 8 points, 15 to 7. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter completed. We've got Fremantle, they kicked 6 goals, 4 to Melbourne, 1-6. And at halftime, Melbourne are down by 36 points, 19 to 55. Let's go to the third quarter. At this stage, Fremantle look like they're going to get another win. Okay, Melbourne, they've won that quarter by a point. They've kicked 5 goals, 6 to Fremantle, 5-5. And three-quarter time, Fremantle are up by 35 points. Let's go to the last quarter. So Fremantle matched it after halftime with the Demons. But the Demons just couldn't get over the line. So in the end, Fremantle have won this game by 42 points. Let's go to the next game. It is North Melbourne versus Essendon at Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. Essendon win today. They go on top, half a game clear. North Melbourne are on the bottom of the ladder with Hawthorn. All right, so Essendon, they've come out. They've kicked 6 goals, 4 to North Melbourne, 3 goals, 4. So Essendon are up by 18 points, 40 to 22. Let's go to the next quarter. And Essendon, they've kicked 6 goals, 1 to North Melbourne, 4 goals, 3. And at half time, Essendon are up by 38 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Essendon are looking like they're going to have their 8th win. All right, so Essendon in the third quarter have kicked 5 goals, 1 to North Melbourne, 3 goals, 3. And at three-quarter time, Essendon are up by 38 points. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. Doesn't look like North Melbourne's going to win. And in the end, North Melbourne, they've kicked 6 goals, 4 to Essendon, 3-2. But Essendon had the game sealed in the first 3 quarters. Essendon win by 18 points. So North Melbourne final score 16-14, 110 to Essendon, 20 goals, 8, 128. and that puts Essendon on top with a half a game clear. They've got a winning streak of 5 games. Let's go to the next game. It is Gold Coast versus West Coast versus Gold Coast at Optus Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. Both teams are outside the 8. Gold Coast, they've kicked 3 goals, 6, 24 to West Coast, 3 goals, 3, 21. Gold Coast, 3 points up, 24 to 21. Second quarter. Second quarter completed. West Coast, they've kicked 4 goals, 1 to Gold Coast, 2 goals, 1. And at half time, West Coast are up by 9 points, 46 to 37. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter completed. We had Gold Coast kicking 6 goals, 4 to West Coast, 3 goals, 1. And at three-quarter time, Gold Coast are up by 12 points, 77 to 65. West Coast are trying to win another game so they don't get the wooden spoon. Last quarter completed. West Coast, they've kicked 4 goals, 5 to Gold Coast, 3 goals, 1. But in the end, Gold Coast have won by 2 points. West Coast 14-10, 94 to Gold Coast 14-12, 96. Well, that puts Gold Coast inside the 8. West Coast are 4th last in position 15 on 12 points. Same with Hawthorn, North Melbourne and Melbourne. All right. Let's go to the next game. It's Geelong versus Carlton at GMHBA Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. First quarter. Nearly done. Completed. The Cats, they've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Carlton, 4 goals, 6. Carlton down by 12 points, 30 to 42. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, the Cats have kicked 6 goals, 2 to Carlton, 5 goals, 1. Half time, the Cats are leading by 19 points, 80 to 61. Let's go to the third quarter in this game. Third quarter completed. The Cats have kicked 6 goals, 2 to Carlton, 3 goals, 5. And at three-quarter time, we've got the Cats leading by 34 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see how much the Cats will win by. They're in 4th place. Last quarter is completed. The Cats have kicked 5 goals, 6 to Carlton, 5 goals, 4. So the Cats won it by 2 points. Geelong, they've got the highest home team highest score, final score 23 goals, 16, 154 to Carlton, 17 goals, 16, 118. So Geelong have won by 36 points. All right, so that puts Geelong in 4th place. So in the top 4, let's go to the last game of the round. It's St Kilda versus Richmond. We've got St Kilda in 14th place, Richmond in 5th. So the first quarter completed. Richmond, they've kicked 4 goals, 1 to St Kilda, 3 goals, 3. St Kilda down by 4 points, 21 to 25. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter completed. Richmond, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 to St Kilda, 1 goal, 6. Half time, Richmond are up by 33 points. There's a bit of a gap between position 5 and 4, 8 points. So Richmond need to win this game to have any chance to try and get into the top 4. So Richmond, they kicked 2 goals, 4 to St Kilda, 2 goals, 3 in that third quarter. Not much change in the margin. 34 points, three-quarter time. Last quarter. Okay, Richmond, They've lost the last quarter by 2 points. St Kilda kicked 1-6 to Richmond 1-4, but in the end, Richmond have won by 32 points. St Kilda final score 7-18-60 to Richmond 13-14-92. All right, so that concludes round 11. We've got Essendon on top with 5 wins in a row. Then we've got the Giants with 2 wins in a row. Port Adelaide third with 4 wins in a row. And then Geelong in fourth with 2 wins in a row. Then Richmond, they're 4 points behind Geelong in 5th place. Then we've got Fremantle, Adelaide, and the Gold Coast on 24 points. And then everyone else is outside the 8. We've got Hawthorn in wooden spoon position, 18th. Match of the round for round 12 is Geelong versus Richmond at GMHBA Stadium. So that's 4th versus 5th. Now that's going to be interesting. So if Richmond need to win to get into position 4th. So Sydney, number 1 offense team in 10th place. And then we've got Giants, the number 1 defense team in 2nd. Well, that is round 11. And we'll see you next time on round 12, Monday, the 31st of March, 2025.